Well, thinking about that pyramid that you guys have in your locker room, Cat-Griz is obviously a big part of that. It's finally there. We can talk about this game. What's your first thoughts heading into this week?
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun matchup. Obviously, there's gonna be a lot more hype than years past, and I think that's a great thing. And it's gonna be two really good football teams going at it, and the team that plays best on Saturday is gonna get the victory.
Well, speaking of that hype, I'm sure College GameDay added to that a lot. What were your thoughts yesterday morning waking up to that news?
Yeah, honestly, like growing up as a kid, you're always like, oh, I wonder if College GameDay will ever come to Cat-Griz or anything like that, and you always ask your parents, hey, do you think that'll ever happen? And it happened, which is it's awesome. It's gonna be great for the state of Montana. It's gonna be great for both schools. Shine the light on our great university and our great football team and this great rivalry we have.
Well, on top of the rivalry, I'm sure they came for the other storylines. You guys are playing for obviously Big Sky Championship for the first time in a really long time, and then playoff seeding. Are you thinking too much about those other layers of what this game is, or what's kind of the mindset this week?
No, I think the mindset is, we just got to do our job. Everyone from top to bottom's got to do their job, and can't do too much. You can't, overthink it. And I think this rivalry is also, better when both teams are good football teams, and it means something in terms of playoff implications. And over the past however many years this rivalry has been played, it's been one team's really good, one team's not as good. And when both teams are playing well, it's really a great thing.
Obviously very earlier in the week, but what's been the message already in practice? I mean, big win on the road, but what are you guys hoping to clean up heading into Saturday?
Yeah, I think we just got to focus on ourselves, do our jobs, get better at the little things, correct the things that we didn't do right in the Cal Poly game in the previous weeks. We have some things we needed to clean up today from the game. We did that, and just take it one practice at a time, because it's just a week, but it feels like the longest week in America almost, just leading up to it. And I think
last question for you: what are those things that you guys are cleaning up? If
yeah,
you can go too much.
I think it's just like the small details, and I think that's a weekly thing we go over. Is just hand placement, hat placement, getting the fits on defense, being in the right position, and I think that's the most important thing every single week is cleaning up those.
How does this team compare to where it was this time last year?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty similar situation. I think we have the same record going into it, and the same implications are on the line. So, yeah, I think it's one of those things where every single year the rivalry is going to be a tough one to go after, and both teams are good, so we're going to have to play well to win, and they're a good football team.
This being your last Cat-Griz, being a Montana native, is there anything extra special about this game?
One second. Let's do this.
You can just hold it, RJ.
Okay. What was the question? Sorry.
Oh no, going into Cat-Griz as a senior and being a Montana native, is there anything extra special about this game?
Yeah, I think obviously growing up as a kid, you always dreamed of playing in this rivalry, and everyone asks what Cat-Griz is. Fortunately, I never watched Cat-Griz really when I was growing up, because the Dillon Beavers were always playing in the state championship game, so we didn't get to ever watch the actual football game. But it's a great rivalry. It's awesome to be a part of, and every time you go back to I think the greatest part of it all is going back to small towns, and you just see the Montana flags or Montana State flags flying proud, and it's awesome to see.
You contributed to the best rushing game in school history. How special did that feel?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. When you're playing the game, you don't really think of that. You're just kind of thinking, let's win the football game. And obviously, I think the O-line did a great job, and then the running backs did a great job hitting the hole. And it was a top-down approach. Everyone played a role in that game. Receivers blocking downfield, quarterbacks making the right decisions. So it was awesome to see.
How fun is it too to see Derek join you, kind of a touchdown specialist on this offense?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And like I've always said, it doesn't really matter who scores, but obviously it's been kind of nice to be able to lift him up for a change instead of him lifting me up. So it's pretty cool.
RJ, late to the party. Sorry for this interview, but if you already talked about game day, what was your reaction when you heard that they were coming?
Yeah, growing up as a kid, you watch College GameDay every single Saturday. You're always like, okay, I wonder if this will ever come to Cat-Griz, and you just never think it's going to happen. Then it happens, and obviously it's going to be pretty sweet with all those guys there. Obviously as players, we're not going to be a part of it really. It's going to be sweet for the fans, but it'll be awesome to showcase our great state, our great university, and it's going to be great.
Does it feel like it's been a long time since you played at Bobcat Stadium for a Cat-Griz?
I mean, yeah, I guess it has been a long time, but I mean, the time goes fast. It's been crazy that it's been 3 years since we played here, but yeah, it's flown by, and I'm excited to get back out there for it.
Any position groups or people that stand out to you on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, I think their whole defense is, I mean, I'm just going to speak from a defensive perspective because, I mean, that's kind of what I've been watching. But, yeah, they have, they're really good at every single position. They have good corners, good safeties, good linebackers, good D-line, and they're really active and really physical. And a lot of their guys are from Montana and know the rivalry and are going to be juiced up and ready to go. So it's going to be a battle between two great opponents.
Coulter, do you have anything for RJ?
Well, I was going to ask you about that, but you just talked about the run game. RJ, I just wanted to know just about the priority on special teams. I know it's a huge priority every week, but it seems like in big games like this, a lot of times that could be a swing of momentum. So how big of a point of emphasis is that this year?
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about that it's a third of the football game, and they have obviously a dynamic returner and really two dynamic returners back there, whether that be Malik or Junior, and last year they had some good returns against us. So it's going to be a battle to try to stop those guys and contain those guys. And I think the special teams is going to play a huge role in Cat-Griz, as it always seems to do. I mean, there always seems to be one or two special teams plays that kind of swings the momentum of the game. So it's going to be a big time matchup on special teams as well.
When it comes to Tommy, what do you think of his going into this first Cat-Griz start? I know you started a bunch of games now, but what do you hope his mentality is coming into this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be ready to go. I mean, he's one of those guys that we believe in as an offense, as a football team, and he's going to play his heart out. And I have 100% faith in his ability to do his job for the football team.
And last one for me, what sort of steady hand do you think the coach Regan has given you guys this year? Because it seems like his ability to always act with calls is an influence on the way you guys play.
Yeah, I think he's just really thoughtful with his actions and with his words, and I think he does a really good job of seeing the big picture of things and really steering us in the right direction and getting us ready to go each and every Saturday.